out of the box?
Of course. Out of the box. Done.
What?
Out of the box.
How are you going to done and not...
Well, my hands were typing.
I don't see them typing. It's fake typing.
You can't see.
Oh, are you one of those people who thinks people are watching you on the computer, so you put a sticky there?
Yes.
Because there are people who are watching.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I used to not do that.
It's an actual thing.
Yeah.
And then, I got scared.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? DJ, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Roxy?
I'm doing okay. I'm stressed.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Why?
Because there's a lot going on
In the world.
You're writing a script.
Or like in your life.
I'm finishing the third script. And then we've got big plans in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, we do.
Just a lot going on.
It's all
I'm
good stuff,
curious
though.
about something mic-related that has nothing to do with...
Microphone?
Yeah, because I'm wondering, for the first time ever, should this one be for you and that one to me?
Let us know in the comments down below. It's not a bad idea.
But also...
Wait, we can literally resolve this right now.
Well, I'm just not
Except
sure.
I have to change settings.
Yeah, no. Let's try next time.
Yeah. Well,
Next time.
I was just wondering.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
You know what? It's a good point. We have a guest coming on the show tomorrow, too, so we might
switch it up.
Switch it up there.
Who's the guest?
I'm not gonna... I never say...
Actually, this is the Patreon people. They could maybe...
No, because I don't want to say, because I'm always worried they won't show up. Yeah, I'm always worried they won't show up.
Wait, but what kind of a guest is it?
It's an actor guest.
An actor?
Yes. Like, not from the YouTube world. From a TV show.
Wow.
Yeah.
What show?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. No, I don't like
the
getting boxed in. Because here's the thing.
Okay, but just hints.
I can't... I don't know, Roxy. You watch almost every show.
Oh, so it might be a show I watch.
I mean...
What's that sound?
Somebody's playing their music in the hallway. Guys, I'm going to be honest. They're doing renovations out in the hall, so this might be a noisy episode.
I'm excited. We have background music. You want to kick it up? Wait, let's say hi to everyone who's in the comments.
Let's say hi.
We have Mr. Terry Fournier, Andy B3100, Stephen Walker, Maggie Whitmer, Catherine Richardson, Droopy B Dog, Demi C. We got everybody here. Maggie, I apologize for your callbacks. I'm sorry you didn't get them, but you're very talented, and hopefully you have a cool part in the play.
I'm sorry, girl.
She taught us last time that this. Wait, were you? Yeah, you were there. The girls will cream. That's the lyric in that Grease song.
I knew that.
You were singing it. I just like you were being a pervert. I didn't know if you actually knew it.
Ooh, I just burped garlic. Do you guys smell that?
No.
Good.
But I did like the warning because the fan's just circulating it, so it might come back around.
They might know, but then you wouldn't have known who it was from.
Yep.
Wait, sorry, that's a new song playing. I'll talk over it. Don't want a copyright ding on that one.
So is it going to make the place like different, or are you not going to reap the benefits of the renovations?
Probably not. They're probably going to raise my rent.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. All right, let's kick it off. Let's do it.
All right, ready. 3, 2, 1.
Ayo.
Ayo.
And welcome back to SuperTV Showdown, the best damn CV2 road.
It's so good. It's so good.
Fuck.
You had it.
I really felt like the chemistry in that one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is a solid intro.
Don't rely on me. This is the best damn superhero TV review show you can get your damn ears on. You're joined here today with the very lovely DJ Wooldridge.
Hello.
And the powerful ROXY STRIAR. How you doing?
Don't touch my cup.
Don't touch her
cup.
And this voice over here, turn around. And that's your boy Sam. He's over there. Oh, you guys turned around.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's 3D sound. We're coming in from every angle. I moved my head around the mic.
Is sound ever not 3D?
Oh, no, it could just be coming in both mics. But if you... there's drilling outside of the studio we're in. I'm going to talk louder.
Make up, like, every time something happens, maybe some character is here using some powers outside the door.
Yes,
there you go.
It's Superman with his drill powers. He's drilling.
No, you can't say drill.
He's
sawing.
Like,
it's Weather Wizard who's brought, like,
his drill.
I don't feel like you guys are getting it.
Sorry, saw. It's a saw. It's weather saw.
Yeah. So there's gonna be some background noise on this episode. It's a little out of our control because of the Weather Wizard and his drill.
Someone in the comments commented, the always reliable Sam Bashor. You're very. You're very welcome. I'm actually really excited. This is going to be a fun episode of SuperTV Showdown. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you for contributing to the Only Stupid Answers Patreon. It allows DJ and Roxy and I to do very fun things and create cool content for all of you.
Like go to Disneyland.
And make this show available in video and audio form. So if you're a $5 tier and you're thinking, hey, what are these faces look like? What kind of mouths are they coming out of? Well, $15 a month. That'll get you 4 plus, actually 8. You're gonna get 8 episodes, because you also get the live streams of the main podcast as well, so you can see our special guests who join us. It's very fun. We play games as well.
I also
and I'm sorry for the peaks.
Don't
adjust my voice. Yeah, I'll move the mic back.
Don't yell louder because that's gonna make my job harder later.
Don't do things like that. Gosh, Sam.
I'm sorry. I don't know etiquette for the microphone.
I feel very guilty, and I want to be clear about something. That Sam and DJ don't use your Patreon money to go to Disneyland. Okay. Just in case any of you guys actually thought that was true.
That's right out the door. I'm gonna be honest. It might be a fear response that I'm just yelling that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to cover up the fact that I'm very scared of what this sounds like.
Wizard and his drift.
Oh, there he's fighting the Flash, and the Flash is buzzing. That's on the...
I can't even. One of the best things that ever happened. Wow, he's literally at the door. I feel him at my feet.
Yeah.
Should I open the door and let him in?
No, it's okay.
Should I invite him in?
Let him in.
Oh, don't let Weather Wizard in. He's just going to cause trouble.
Should we offer him a beer or something? Or is that only for recreational use?
That's only for recreational use.
He just took the side you're doing. I'm dying.
I can't. You don't understand what it's like to be a woman who wears makeup.
Oh,
man. When you laugh so hard you cry, then you also get a black eye. It's like the triple whammy.
Oh, my.
You can rub your eye right now, and I cannot. And do you understand that
Listen,
is the fundamental difference?
Roxy, on a fundamental level, it is so much easier to be a guy. Just all across the board.
So true.
Peeing is so much cooler for us.
It's so much easier. There's
cool.
versatility.
There's a game you can play.
Don't you ever get tired when you're peeing?
No.
From standing?
Yeah.
No. But here's the thing. I have the option to sit if I want to.
When you're
and
peeing?
It's great when you can sit.
No, guys can't sit and pee.
Excuse me? This is 2016. Guys can sit and pee.
You push the wee-wee down?
It's not like an arrow.
What if it like sways and pees?
It's not a fire hose on the loose. It's just...
I mean, it depends on who you talk to.
But like my pee hole
you
can't
shouldn't.
move.
Your hole...
No.
But yours can't.
Maybe you've never tried.
So if the wind blows and your pee-pee goes woo.
But it's not when you're sitting down.
There's very few drafts inside the toilet bowl.
You don't know that.
On a good day.
Weather Wizard could be right outside your door.
It could be right outside the door. Before Weather Wizard, what else are we supposed to say?
Before we get started, actually, let's give a little intro. Make sure everyone knows where to find us. Well, we were going to review all the big CW shows, and also every other possible superhero comic book inspired show like Lucifer. We're going to give a little love, as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but of course we're a week behind because they are selfish and like to air on Friday nights at 10:30 p.m.
Rude.
But really quick, I just want to do a little plug if I may. Roxy, where can they find you on Twitter?
You're plugging. Your little plug is me.
Yeah, and everybody.
At ROXY
You're
STRIAR.
kicking it off.
At ROXY STRIAR. At ROXY STRIAR. You say it 3 times, then you just might be home.
Then it comes true.
I don't know.
DJ, where can they find you?
At DJ Talks Trash, every place that matters.
Mm-hmm. And you got a comic coming out.
I do. You can go to chaostheorycomic.com to sign up for the newsletter to find out all the news about the comic. It's the craziest comic of 2018. It has zombies. It has dinosaurs. It has aliens. It's
what kind of dinosaur?
Every dinosaur. All the classics, some ones you've never heard of, some ones I never heard of before I started writing it.
But they're real?
Yes. There are no
you didn't
invented...
make up any dinosaurs?
I didn't make up any dinosaurs that are whole dinosaurs. There are zombie dinosaurs.
I always wanted there to be a T-Rex.
The T-Rex?
Like a Roxy.
You want it to
I'll see if I can make that happen for you.
Just put her face on a dinosaur.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Sam, where can they find you?
At Sam Bashor. But
Easy.
enough about us. Let's talk about the big superhero comic booky news that came out this week because we got a trailer. Do you want to talk about that first? Trailer.
Uh-huh.
I just had a in the middle, so the L got lost. But let's talk about some news.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're marking it down.
Hold on.
He's marking it down.
Oh, you're just writing the time.
Good, actually, because if you guys don't know, if you listen to this or if you watch it, if you check the description of both of those pieces of media, there's time codes at the bottom. So if you like to skip around the different reviews or just hear our thoughts on one, well, it's rude. That's one. But also, you can skip around because we give you the time codes.
But it's like saying you don't care about us.
Exactly.
And speaking of caring, damn it, Wasp. something that we didn't really care about at all, and then all of a sudden a trailer came out and it was a butt ton of fun.
Wasp.
I enjoyed the first Ant-Man, and so I knew I was probably going to enjoy this one and check it out, but I wouldn't say I was excited for it. And then I saw this trailer, I'm like, oh, this looks like a blast. I'm looking forward to it now.
Because also, since Peyton Reed had to kind of jump on the first Ant-Man and kind of figure it out as he went, like, this seems like, hey, his thing that he wanted to do with these movies is have as much fun as possible with, like, the shrinking tech. Because there's only, like, 3 parts of the first Ant-Man movie where there's, like, a big, like, set piece of shrinking. In this, it looks like the whole movie is that. So I'm on board.
And they just, like, whoop.
And they do whoop. Just like this. This is the sound effect. If you listen carefully,
whoop.
that's what it sounds like when they shrink.
When the house goes into your pocket, whoop.
It sounds like she should have jumped the other direction to get away from those knives.
Yeah.
And also, when she's smaller, it hit that knife. Okay, there's a few, just as a science nerd.
What just happened?
Sorry, I had a couple different ideas, but the main thing I wanted to bring up, as a science nerd, there's a couple things that just stop making sense in this movie, and I think I just have to accept it and move on.
The building is a stretch.
Well, so how can he have the punch of a full-grown man, but also a normal-sized person could pick up a whole building? Like, where does physics and stuff stop working? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and also, it just looks like everything inside that building should be falling all over the place.
Well, I think if he
Why
did
do you think he can't pick up the building?
Like, okay, so a full-grown... Okay, so...
When Ant-Man shrinks, he has the strength that he has as a full-grown person.
Yes,
which means he has the density.
Yes.
Which means that building should have the same density it had...
as a full-grown building.
Okay, but there might not be shrinking to the same proportion. You might not be shrinking them both the same amount.
No, true. Okay, but...
Right?
Like, the science might be different is what you're saying. The hardcore science that we're dealing with.
But density shouldn't go anywhere. There's already a lot of problems with shrinking in general, but... Because he can throw a punch and still, like, knock a dude out.
Yeah, but you don't have to shrink to the same scale.
Yeah.
Like, because you can also grow. So that means theoretically that there's not just 3 settings, normal, small, and big.
No.
He could be shrinking to a little bit bigger than the building shrinking to. He could be as big as my water bottle. This is why you guys should be watching on video, not in...
Yeah. See this great
you don't know what a water bottle looks like.
Yeah.
And the building could be shrinking to my thumbnail.
Yes.
Okay. Basically, this movie is...
I'm not saying... And he doesn't weigh the same amount.
No, he doesn't.
No, but because they can punch it, so it's not the same weight.
You could probably pick him... I don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No, just in general science terms, if he can affect the same amount of force, like with a punch... he should be the same mass. His mass shouldn't have gone anywhere. They say the spaces between atoms shrunk.
No, his mass did go somewhere because there's he can get flicked like that. Think about when he runs into the door 15,000 times. That door would knock the F over.
It should do the same if he was small or big.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but he ran into it 70 times. If a grown man ran into it 70 times, it would have gone down.
So, but by that logic, picking him up when he's small should be hard.
No, it should be easy because the door didn't go down.
But then he shouldn't be able to punch at the
so,
same way. So there is. So we agreeing that there's a problem.
Yes. But
all right.
Okay.
The problem is the punching, not the other. Like the problem is that he shouldn't have the same force.
Yeah, and so.
But we need him to.
So, and that's why picking up the building doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, the picking up the building makes sense. The punching doesn't make sense.
One
of the two doesn't make sense.
One of them doesn't make sense. Because if you took that building and threw it at someone, it should have the same effect as a building falling on a person, but just in a really small area.
In Girl Scouts, there were these things called Try It.
And?
My sister was a Girl Scout. I know what you're talking about.
And I don't know whether it was a commercial or what, but they'd always go, try it. And that's what I want to say about this.
Okay.
It's the same slogan as Chia Pets.
Yeah.
Chia is different than try it.
This one thing this trailer does do is it emphasizes something I felt for a long time in that I've always felt Ant-Man is kind of pointless because you have the Wasp and she's Ant-Man with wings and blasters. So therefore she's immediately way cooler than Ant-Man.
She says that though, which I really appreciate.
They bring it up.
You wouldn't have been caught.
I like that opening. Here's why I think this trailer I think worked better as a trailer than the Avengers Infinity War trailer. This is how I get into trouble. This is where people start yelling at me. Because of moments like that. Character stuff that tells me what the emotion and basically the soul of the movie. It's not just people, it's not just the cool punching shit. It's like, that's why I care about these characters in this dynamic and I'm excited to see this movie.
I agree with that. I had a friend the other day who ranked the top 10 casted Marvel characters, like the best casting for the MCU. And
I'm interested.
And there was
only the Ant-Man cast.
The only female that they picked in there was Hela. For all of the, like, they were like all guys, and I was like, there's so many strong female cast.
Widow didn't
they said that she could have been many different actresses.
Wrong.
I think that that's wrong. Also, I also think that like Tessa Thompson. There's all different people.
She's easily the best part of that movie.
She made 11 on their list, but I think that Evangeline Lilly should have potential to be one of the best cast people.
Again, I enjoyed Ant-Man. I think we should have just. I think we should have just cut to the Wasp. I would have just rather had the Wasp movie. Just cut to the chase.
Or make it Ant-Man and the Wasp for the first outing. Because it would have been cool, because it was meant to be different.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to switch it up totally, so it's like, hey, Edgar Wright's not here anymore, it's just Peyton Reed. Actually, instead of just being another solo dude movie, it's already a team-up movie between two awesome people.
Yeah, because eventually Lily clearly is holding her own in this movie.
Yeah. And I like the joke about, like, oh, they're pissed at him, so they're not going to give him the power-ups. And in this movie, if they had redone the first movie, it'd been like, no, you stole the suit, so you don't get the cool shit. You get the one from the '60s that barely works, and she gets the really.
And by the way, her costume's awesome. Everybody's like, all the fanboys are pissy because it's not yellow. Calm down, it looks cool.
I think it looks cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
People are pointing out that it kind of looks like a penis on her.
That is true.
I understood that.
If you flip it upside down, that is true. But it still looks cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
If you like penises.
Oh! Hey-o. And Ghost. Let's talk about Ghost just for a second. I think that's a really cool character design. It looks like it's straight, like literally a scene from a video game. But
I am a little bit worried with Ghost and Walton Goggins that we're getting a night. Like Ant-Man 1 was very much Iron Man.
Walton Goggins makes you nervous?
No, not him. He's a national treasure. I have not seen him in a role that I did not love. But it looks like he could be filming the Sam Rockwell role, and Ghost is filling the Whiplash role.
Yeah.
And it's
we've been rewatching the MCU movies.
Yeah, so it's like it already should be different enough because we got War Machine and Iron Man 2. This movie might just be Iron Man 2. To be fair, I did like Iron Man 2, so that might not be a bad thing.
But it might be. I think there's going to be a lot of really cool elements of this, and I don't think it'll fall in the same pitfalls of Iron Man 2.
It is a little more challenging, though, getting our attention the second time around because Ant-Man had nothing to lose. Like, they were like, here's Ant-Man. The worst that was going to happen was people were going to be like, I didn't like it, and they weren't going to care because nobody was like, oh my god, Ant-Man's the movie I've been waiting for my entire life. I'm so excited. I always knew this was coming.
Specifically, Scott Lang.
Not a single person thought that.
I think even the diehard Ant-Man fans, nobody was clamoring for a Scott Lang movie.
Yeah, no.
It just was not really anything anybody was thinking about. So now going to this one, expectations are high. Same thing with the second Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
It's just it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even still, like, Ant-Man really can't get too much, like people can't get too excited about a new Ant-Man comic, even if it's like got a good writing team or whatever. Yeah. It's tough. So I'm excited. I think we're all on the same page. We're kind of excited. Hopefully it lives up. It has some heart to it. I'm excited to see Hank Pym again.
Favorite moment in the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was when Wasp said you wouldn't have been caught.
Yeah.
Pulling the suitcase handle out of the building. Because to get into things that don't make any sense, they build the building and then shrink it and make the thing and then make it bigger again.
Or did they just have a giant suitcase handle just sitting there the whole time?
Like, did he build that big and then put it into the building as they were... It doesn't make any... And there were wheels on it the whole time, underground?
The wheels on the bus go underground.
The van. When the van shrinks, goes up on the other van, and then blows back up. Also, is it sealed? Didn't we establish you can't... There might be some logistical issues in this movie, but you know what? Let's not think about them and let's just go have fun, huh?
Yes.
Long hair, don't care.
Long hair?
You know what I mean, DJ.
Yeah, you know, I do. I do.
But there was some more news we wanted to talk about. What did you want to hit up next? All right, you have the assets. That's
I do have the assets. Oh, I'll surprise you guys. Hold on.
Ready?
Listen to the everybody's favorite Captain Cold with his sander.
No, I told you it was Weather Wizard. God damn it!
No, he's laying down the ice.
Weather Wizard had the drill.
Oh.
Yeah, he's laying down the ice. Listen.
Do you guys remember that song called Cut? And it's a bed creaking. It's like them having sex.
No.
What it is? What's up?
Assets.
That's
Oh,
like
it's
what-
Metropolis.
It's Metropolis.
Sorry, I didn't know what you were talking about. I will look it up after.
I'm very bummed.
And I'll tweet it out. That way
Kind of a
everyone who
very
joined us
hardcore
today
song.
can listen to it.
Good know.
Oh, what it is, how? Oh, what's up?
There you go.
Metropolis is what's up.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
the
getting...
show that none of us needed and none of us wanted, and all of us will watch because we
Can't control ourselves.
just can't help it. I feel so bad for you, Sam, because you don't seem to be able to quit anything.
You quit Gotham.
I quit Gotham.
Okay,
And I have not
I
watched
didn't quit
Lucifer.
Gotham.
You didn't quit Gotham.
But it got good,
It gone good.
and that was my reward.
Well, quick synopsis. It was announced that for the DC digital app that's getting Young Justice and the Titan show, there's gonna be a Gotham-esque show, but for Superman, but no Superman in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's following Lois Lane and Lex Luthor and the city of Metropolis before the Man of Steel gets there. Thoughts, everybody? I don't give a shit about this. We've had this. There's Krypton coming
And it's
out.
living on the app, right? The streaming service.
Yes, and then we also had Smallville, and that's Star Clark Kent. So I'm not
Because
caring.
when Gotham was released, it's like, oh, it's Smallville but for Batman. It's Batman's equivalent. Like they're not the exact same show, but it's the same feeling, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same intent.
Mhm.
And so it's like cool. And now, so Gotham exists. So now, if Gotham is Superman, if Gotham is Batman's Smallville, then Metropolis is Superman's. It's a snake that's eating its own tail. I don't care. I don't like Gotham, so I'm not looking forward to this show because it's the same creative team. And that's it. That was the
it sounded
thing.
like another thing.
No, that was
There.
it.
They tried to say that it would be different because Metropolis and Gotham are such different cities, and that Batman and Superman have such different foes. But isn't that what makes any show different from the next show? That it's in a different location with different characters. I mean, I just think that this is so ridiculous that they thought that somebody out there would be sitting home being like, yes,
Yeah.
a Metropolis show
Oh,
with
hell
no
yeah.
Superman,
Yeah.
where we follow a team up
Yeah.
of Lex Luthor and Lois Lane, while we already announced Krypton and finally seem to be getting some people behind that sci-fi show that's so random in itself.
Yeah.
Like, who are they targeting here?
Yeah.
That's a
Gotham
good
fans.
question.
I would say fans of Gotham.
No, and when people are like, "Oh, they'll just make anything," and superhero fans or comic book fans will watch it, and I'm like, "Oh wait, they might think that.
Yeah, that might be true.
They might think that, and like people are going to check this out, but I don't see this being a very successful endeavor. It's getting so much bad press too, so I don't.
If
we'll
it's
see.
good, it's good.
Yeah.
But if it's not, what a bummer. Especially because it's one of, I think, the 4 shows that we know is going to be on the streaming service.
Yeah, we've got Young Justice, we got Titans, we got the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, they're making. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've got a Harley Quinn animated series, which
And
seems very smart.
They're getting all the Justice League, old Justice League cartoons
Hell
too.
yeah.
So that's already makes me want to buy it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
already on board. If you want to make me even more on board, have it be like Marvel Unlimited, where you have access to the backlog of their comics. I've said this before, I'll say it again.
Yeah, I think that would be great too, and I would love all of the animated movies there, which I don't know if they're going to do, but I think that the problem is, Sam, what you just said, I'm on board with those things. You're going to be on board with a DC streaming service. You're the person who's going to pay for a DC streaming service. They need to go after the Netflix audience. They need to go after the Hulu, the Amazon audience, and you're not doing that by adding Metropolis. That's not mainstream enough. So I feel like what they were trying to do was they were like, crap, is Titans mainstream enough? Probably not. Young Justice, I don't know if that's the... let's do Metropolis. Hopefully people just will watch because of that. And I don't think that they will.
Unless they got crazy actors that are signing on. Like, what if they got a really high, maybe they've kind of
Kevin
fallen
Spacey.
off.
Yeah, that will.
I would say optics-wise, that might not be the best move.
Is he
but
playing Lois or is he playing?
No, Lex again. Lex one more time.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah. Buddy.
But no, it's actually. You just brought up a good point. I'm like, I never even realized that this is a DC streaming app that has to have its own content. I'm like, wow, they're really banking
it's
on
a lot,
DC
man.
fans spending this kind of money.
Yeah.
It is a lot, and I think if you're talking about mainstream, getting the mainstream audience in there, that your best bet is that Titans show. You know what I mean? You've got Robin, you've got the
And they did do a couple quick casts with that, with Brendan Thwait and what's her Mila
Yep.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
What's her freaking name.
Catherine Richardson in the comments said Sam has no self-control, and I believe 100% he will watch it. Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
Again,
What the hell is her name?
Again, he bailed on.
Help me, Sam.
He bailed on Gotham.
I don't remember.
I got you.
do
No, I know who you're talking about. She was also
But I
on.
don't.
She was also briefly on The Path.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
Minka Kelly.
Yep, you got there.
uh,
Also, it bums me out because the Metropolis show. I think this show will frustrate me in the same way that Gotham frustrates me. In that I kind of blame Gotham that we're not allowed to get more of the Batman characters on the other shows. I'm bummed that if this Metropolis show exists, we'll never see Lois Lane or Lex Luthor on Supergirl.
That's
you know
just
what I mean?
selfish of Metropolis.
And I think it's...
we already saw Lucy Lane
Yeah.
For a while, but we didn't see Lois.
We've never seen Lois, and we've never seen Lex. And I feel like, again, I think the show's done a good enough job
But
establishing...
we've got Lena and Lucy and not
Yeah.
Lex and Lois. That's interesting.
They've done a good enough job establishing their own identity that I think the show would benefit in season 4 or 5 or whatever, having a two-parter with those characters.
And we've hinted at Lex so
Yeah,
many times.
man.
Well, we got a pretty cool Lex-ish moment in this episode.
Yes, we did.
But but to wrap up, I think we're all on the same page that we're not super excited about this. But hey, of course you're gonna get like a little review of it. Are you trying to hold me?
I just
Your hands are so soft.
Felt like you needed it. You want
Thank
to come
you.
in too for the handshake?
Sure.
Watch it. It's soft.
Should we do it?
Look at it.
Yeah.
It's soft.
Should we do some kind of handshake?
Oh, we do it like this really quick. We'll do it quick. Here, put your hand, touch fingies like this, and then slowly close, like kind of put your hand more this way. Put it like this, and then close, like kind of try to wrap your hand around.
I feel like because you're both
You
with
all
your right
hold-
hand.
if-
Yeah, but this is my left hand.
Oh, yeah, do the other hand. There you go.
You were trying to do something.
I was so
that-
confused.
I was like, no,
bend it.
can't.
No, bend the fingers. All right. We also want to talk about really quick, just because I know we want to get to our reviews. Black Panther premiered this week. We had a bunch of friends go see it.
And we weren't invited.
No, we were not. Did you go see it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Wait, say the whole review. What is it?
No.
Is it good?
Oh, I'm just. I was asked to go a while ago to the Monday one, and I couldn't because I had work, and I took for granted. Not asked by a friend as a +1. Not that I'm cool enough. And I was like, no, I'll get another screening, and I cannot get a screening of this.
That's rude.
So yeah.
We don't get to hang out with the cool kids. You
No.
almost did. You turned it down.
I and that sucks for my life
I'm sorry.
and liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. But everybody's saying it's great. Right now, I'm in the same boat I was when everybody was saying Wonder Woman was great. I'm like, you're afraid you're gonna get burned.
I'm so afraid, and I'm trying really hard not to listen to it.
Yeah.
So I tried to beg my friends on Screen Junkies. I tried to beg Daniel Radford and Roth Cornett to say something bad about it.
Yeah.
I was like, tell me like a bad thing about it. Is there anything? And they couldn't come up with anything for about 15 minutes. And then Danielle finally said, I guess any of the parts that got too Marvel-y, which really was only like one, was not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep holding on to that.
Okay.
Instead of holding on to...
Too Marvel-y. Just hold on to that. Too Marvel-y.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Me neither, but I'm trying not to let the hype be so real. Like, I don't want it to be overhyped, so I need to hear
Because what happens
bad.
is when you get these early screenings, people go in blind, basically, and you're at the event, and everything's... There's that communal effervescence, like everybody's excited, and then you see it...
fans.
Yeah, and then you see it, and then for a lot of us, we get pummeled with, it's great, and then you see it, and it's good.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it didn't, like, change my life. You know what I mean?
But also, I don't know. I've kind of been burned too many times that I don't have those expectations anymore. If someone says they loved it, I'm like, oh, cool. And, like, I don't...
But everyone, Urbata Sam. Urbata get up.
So, I mean, I got super excited for Batman v Superman and Age of Ultron. Both those movies are trash, in my opinion. So...
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Wonder Woman situation that like, I thought people had severely overhyped it, and then I saw it, and I was like, no, this is great. So I'm hoping for that. Ryan Coogler has not let me down yet. Creed was my favorite movie of that year. One of my favorite movies of that year.
What year was that? 2015?
Between 2006
it was only a couple years ago. Yeah.
I love that movie.
No,
it's so good.
Creed is great.
But
so I'm hoping for.
I told you I saw Michael B. Jordan the other day.
What did you do?
He's a handsome boy.
Did you give him a hug? What'd he smell like?
No, but I did say hi.
Did he smell like a man?
I didn't smell him. He said hi back.
But you weren't close enough to smell him?
We were really close, actually. We were walking down a very, very skinny
Why
hallway.
Why didn't you ask him to go to a screening?
Such a good point.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I was walking down the hallway? Can you, like, get me a screening?
Oh, this is crazy. Like, I was trying to get a friend in. Like, can I go see that movie?
This is kismet, you know? We were meant to meet. so that I could be benefited and you could be benefited in zero way.
So
speaking of kisses,
that's the news for this week. I want to thank you guys
Kismet.
for joining us for that. We're going to talk about our superhero shows now, unless you're seeing this on YouTube, and then you have to go to patreon.com/onlystupidanswers if you want to hear that part.
Go check it out.
Go.
Okay, let's kick it off. Let's talk about our first show.
What is it?
Oh, DJ's got a little graphic for it. It's coming up in 3, 2.
Hey,
Oh,
Mr. DJ, turn the Supergirl on.
There you go. All right, and the colors are up. Wow,
You
those are
guys
great
both
colors.
did such a great job.
Thank
See, you both have tech jobs that you have to do, but I don't have to do any. Oh, the
You got
soundboard.
Reddit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you got the soundboard.
That's soundboard. That's
All
right.
right, this is episode's called For Good, and we. I'm gonna be honest. When I was writing up, we have a doc where we kind of like write in some reviews. I was really having trouble remembering what else happened in this episode. The whole Morgan Edge, Lena Luthor versus thing. I didn't really care. I really like Morgan Edge. I really like Lena, but I didn't care about what was happening exactly. And then all of a sudden, we got the coolest.
The Lexo suit?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that made me so happy.
Yeah,
I was not
'cause
expecting
it looked cool.
that.
It
Yeah.
looked cool.
The deployment of it was really cool. It didn't look great when her face was visible, and then it
No.
closed, and I was like, oh, cool.
When
it's
her
not
face
bad.
was visible, it looked like really not great. Actually,
Yeah.
at
Like a
first I was like,
Snapchat filter put her face in there.
Yeah, it really did look like that. Kind of like I don't even know Snapchat filter. I feel like I had cut it out with scissors. And
It just
like,
pasted on there.
Yeah.
But once she got in there, and then she had the full Iron Man apparatus thing, which the one thing I never figured out with that is how do they get the distance? Like that helmet's right there. How do you get the holograms that are out here? But anyway, that's
3D.
That's neither here nor there.
You ever played a 3DS?
Monel continuing to prove that he learned stuff. I will say.
What did he do? How did you prove it?
Because they gave him the drone idea.
Oh, he was right.
I love, dude, I love those little. I can't even remember who he was fighting. It's like, yeah, we did that in the 31st century when we fought da-da-da. And it's like, I like that bit. That's a fun bit.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I'm not sure the plot makes sense because Morgan Edge got the guy to poison Lena, but then that guy was shot by an invisible bullet. But they assumed that guy that poisoned Lena was hired by whoever used the invisible bullet, and then ended up being the mom. But the mom didn't poison. Like,
wait, so the
there's
mom,
like a few
the
too many
mom
steps.
Used the bullet, but she hadn't done the thing prior.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Morgan Edge set up
That's what I
to
thought.
get himself hurt so that he could, there would be justification of, this invisible force killing Lena. Right?
No,
that seems right.
No. He
No.
didn't. No, he didn't do the car thing.
He did.
He did do the poison.
Who did the car?
But he didn't do the bullet.
But do we know?
Lena's the
Do we
mom.
know he actually did the
So
poison?
confusing.
Yeah, I don't think the plot.
Do we know he actually did the poison?
Yes, he admitted to that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 'cause they
I
made
know
a
he
big
admitted
point.
to it
Yeah.
in the
I think
machine.
Yeah, I think
recorder.
we're supposed to understand that he did. However, the fact that you and I have confusion about the dynamics of that, I think, is a weaker part of the episode because I don't.
There were so many
Computo.
steps between, I was like, okay, so her mom's back, so it all could have been the mom. Okay, Morgan's also trying to kill her, so it all could be her. And then Lena has admitted to, and we saw her actually try to kill Morgan, so where is her mind? And then there's always this question in everybody's mind, is Lena going to go bad because she's a Luthor?
They can't at this point.
Right,
They've
exactly.
worked too hard to.
Exactly.
She can't. That would be so stupid.
I know you don't have this picture ready. This is who they referenced at one point. This is Computo from the 31st century. This is who they fought.
Love it.
And for people who are just listening, it looks like two boxes with glued on eyes.
Was this
I
the first time we
love it.
learned that Superman killed Zod, but he was resurrected?
Oh, that was weird because usually when they make references to Superman did this, it's to the Donner movies.
Yeah.
And it's and then he killed. Which I guess did he kill Zod in the Donner movie?
No, they put him back in the Phantom Zone, I thought, and threw him back in
Anyway,
space. Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez, is that a? I feel like we should address that.
Just something it was just dropped so quickly, and then he's like, "Yeah, but he was resurrected, and that's that." I was like,
Well, we didn't know. Nobody knew about the resurrection because that happens in the future.
"But they said it."
Yeah, the because they talked about fighting Zod in the future. So Wynn was like, oh, so he must get. But Superman killed Zod. Oh, he must get resurrected in the future.
Oh, so Wynn knew that he was dead.
Yes.
Okay.
I missed Brainy and Saturn Girl in this episode. They didn't pop up at all.
Yes.
I really missed. Oh, that's what's unfortunate is I didn't realize Saturn Girl didn't pop up in this episode, which is how little I'm attached to her at this point. Brainy, I missed too.
Yeah.
Where's my baby 5?
James at least got some fun Guardian. Don't remember.
I like him being protective over Lena.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least he's doing something else. That's good.
Yeah, I agree.
I have not a lot to say about it because I don't really care too much about him. Mm-hmm. But I like how they're being used. This season is really, really cool. I like that there's not too many world killers. There's only going to be 3 of them, and we already know 2.
Well, speaking of the world killers,
Yes.
I'm bummed none of them are going to be Doomsday, but I've said that before. How do you guys, one, at YOUROATS, your oats, sorry, there you go. How do you guys feel about, hello?
Don't worry, is that the Golden Glider trying to dig her way into the studio?
Must be.
Where there's skates? And her gold
Do you
gun?
remember that time that I asked Dominic Purcell what was going on with him and Golden Glider, and he said to me, "Who the fuck is Golden Glider?"
It's the girl. The girl in the
girl
woman
that
in
you
the
shot
scene.
many scenes with.
Yeah.
You
Who
had to have
the
at
fuck
least.
is Golden Glider?
You worked with her for at least 2
Jeez.
weeks.
Uh,
Not back to back, but yeah.
How do you guys feel
It was
about...
like the next week, too.
How do you guys feel about the Supergirl revelation that Kara is having dreams about the world killers? Is this part of Reign's grand prophecy, or am I reading too much into it? I did like that they did the lineup of, like, it could be one of these people, and Supergirl's like, that one. And they're like, why? It's like, oh, because she's black. She was the only black girl. She points to the only black girl on the thing. I'm like, wait a second.
I 100% agree, and I was like,
You could
they
throw-
did not do that well. Please throw up 2 more black people
Yeah,
or
I
something.
mean,
like,
come on.
You just made it look as bad as it possibly could look, and nobody questioned it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, how do you know? Because I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, just look at her. That's basically what she said.
Like,
I mean,
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, do I bring this up on the show? And then I was like,
Yeah, it made me feel a little
I
bit
think a lot of
uncomfortable.
people did, and they're like, "Are we for real? Like, you can't go on to 123RF and just find a random woman and put her up really quick?"
Like,
Yeah.
why'd you do that?
I did like the dream sequence. I really liked that actress's world killer design. I think she's going to be really cool. I'm interested to see where what is it? It's Pestilence and Purity.
Purity, yeah.
So she's Purity, and it looks like she has
Sam.
like sonic powers or something based on the trailer.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what
trailer
they do
for
with that.
next week?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see. So that's cool.
What do you think about Rain right now? How are you feeling about what the?
I think
the
it's
hunt for
interesting
her?
as hell. I really
What's her
like.
Do you
name
think they're
that isn't
building-
Rain?
Sam.
Sam.
I can't remember.
Do you think they're building a
It's such
relationship
a
between
name
her and
that's
Alex?
forgettable.
Oh,
No, I don't, but I do think that they are going to kill her, and then her daughter is going to be Alex's. One of you guys predicted that early on, and I agree.
I think it was DJ, but I'll take credit for it. Thank you so much.
Sam, that was
Appreciate
such
it.
a smart prediction.
Good prediction.
Hey man,
Sam.
I just doing my thing, doing my do. Let's. You want to rate at the end of the episode review? You want to give a little rating for this, or do you want to do that now?
Oh, we're at the end of it.
Well, I mean, we have a bunch of shows to talk about.
So, right?
Yes.
I was trying to...
We'll rate it real quick. Out
Yes.
of 3 world killers, how would you give this?
3.
Out of 3.
Out of 3, I'd give it 2.
2. That's
I'd give
a little
it
rough, huh?
Yeah.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
Out of 10, I'd give it maybe. I'd give it 7.5 because there's a lot of elements I liked, but it was kind of a confusing plot wise. It was kind of confusing.
I think that's fair, but I don't. I have a pride issue, so I'm going to say 7.6.
Okay.
How does that feel? Does that sting?
No, I mean it feels fine.
I bet it stings real bad. You're going to think about it later. Roxy, what would you say? Don't you dare say 7.7.
7.6 also.
Let's move on to the other show we like to talk about. Ready? Here it comes. It's a picture. Wow. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong color. Don't turn it back. Wait, don't turn it back. I got to turn the color on. Oh, whew. I was scared for a second.
That was a close one.
That was close. I mean, sure, no one can see what I'm talking about, but whew, I was scared. Let's talk about the
Flash, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
It was Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash. Oh, what the jokes.
Wait, was that the name of the episode?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I only know them because when I pull assets in the morning, I have to know the episode title, so they're just fresh in my brain.
Did you guys ever...
I like this episode.
Me too. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, we did it. Okay, we're done. Moving to Arrow. We're done with Arrow. Let's do Arrow time.
I loved this episode.
Yes. A lot happened, but you're going to say something.
Yeah, you were going to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
It was just about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This is not relevant anymore.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. That wasn't... That wasn't...
It didn't apply though. I will say, so we introduced Derek Mears, who, if you don't know, I believe he had a brief stint on Sleepy Hollow. Also, he was the new Jason. He was the new Jason in the Friday the 13th reboot.
Oh,
which I did enjoy.
He has the look for it.
Yeah. But I now want to see. I want to see Dwarf Star is traditionally an Atom villain, And I would love to see Ray Palmer go against this guy because their personalities are so different.
It's the same power, I'm guessing, is that he can...
He has Adam's power, he can shrink.
But he... Oh, okay.
So, this was what I was trying to do last time before you went to ratings and cut off all of our amazing Reddit people. That's fine. So now, at this time, I'm doing it at the top to open conversation about this episode.
You gotta be on top of it, where this is a race to the finish line.
So true. This is coming from Pussyman08 for 20. I wish Iris died last season. I like the actress, but every time I see her on screen, I cringe. Like, Iris West, what are you doing here?
I liked her for the most part in this, and I think it's the best thing for her character. Like, story-wise, does it make a lot of sense that she was a barista, then a reporter, and then this? No. But I like her because she gets to do things now. And, man, she needs a good thing to happen to her soon. Like, fast. Because she was, like, she lost a fiancé, and then she lost the man she loves to the Speed Force, and then we got married, and then now he's in prison.
She's such a ride or die,
She almost died.
I really like her character so much more than I did when she was not doing anything. Now I do feel like she has some things to do.
And she's a good actress. I like
Candace Patton. She's very talented and stunning, and just I think she has a lot of chemistry with Grant Gustin, and yeah, I like her more and more every season, honestly.
By the way, speaking of good actors, Goldberg turned out to be a pretty good actor.
Hey,
a wrestler.
I actually thought so too.
Yeah, I liked all the his whole wrap up was really sweet.
But
and,
now what? I don't understand. Now he's in.
His story's over.
No, but he's just gonna run.
Yeah.
No, well, didn't he say he was going to have a vow of silence in that part of China?
Yeah.
But they're not going to ever find him?
No, they don't need to.
I mean, I don't think the Central City Police Department has reach in China.
Yeah. You can't
so
extradite
anybody who ever was in prison, if they can just get to China, they're fine?
Yeah, it depends on how wanted you are. You murdered one guy, that's...
Well, basically, it was established in this is that they never get a confession from.
But I'm so confused.
Jason.
Yeah, but that other guy, Jason, needs to go to jail.
And he's going to jail.
And clear Goldberg's name so that Goldberg can live life.
But he doesn't want to live. He wants to take a vow of silence and live as a monk, basically.
Yeah, but also
he
would never.
Saying that.
But he could never. He could have never left prison because he was never going to give a confession.
I would also like to point out, I don't know, people were like, wait, so Barry can just take him there and not fight the villains? We've established that when Barry has to fight one of his villains, that takes up at least the last 15 minutes of the episode. Yeah. So he needs at least 15 minutes out of there. This, apparently, he can race all the way to China in the blink of an eye.
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Goldberg should have at least vomited once.
Yeah.
That's way too far.
No, he's already got the crap kicked out of him so many times. He's like, I can deal with some speedy travel.
But I did like the reveal that something shady's happening in the prison. He's selling metas for a big old fat check.
What the fuck is the Flash in now that the Flash can't get out of?
One of the metahuman prison cells.
It's where they kept...
Why can't he phase out?
It's where they kept that other speedster. Yeah, the one from the beginning of season 3.
Well, I don't like this. And also, I don't like...
You don't like it because you just, you don't like it?
For the Flash. I like the storyline. I don't like it, my heart
You're upset.
Yeah, I'm upset. And also, because in the scenes from next week, or maybe that was in this week, when Iris... No, I think it's next week. Iris goes there, and they're like, sorry, yeah, you just can't see her. And she's like, well, is he okay? And they're like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay. It's like, no!
That's a good story.
He's not okay.
Also, that was a great reveal of where the camera was hidden. He was like, yep, he was being suspicious. Also, you're eating 50,000 cups of pudding a day. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, it's suspicious.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll be interested to see how that plays out. What do you guys think Thinker's plan is?
He's just goofing.
What percentage chance do you think that this was going to be the way that it was going?
Sorry, your mic's slowly falling.
Falling slowly.
I love that song. Oh, we're fixing the mic. I'm not sure about Thinker's plan, but I did want to say that I loved the tiny sets for Cisco and Hart. What's his name? Not Hartley. That's the actor's name. Ralph. Dibney. I like the little Lego sets. And I was like, oh, this is we were playing out how I was going to die.
Yeah.
And you kept it for some reason.
Yeah, good use of that Lego set from a plotline I did not enjoy last season. I've also been reading some stuff that people have just kind of written off Thinker as a bad villain. It's I think he's up there. He's not
Wait,
as good.
why is he bad?
I don't know.
I think he's a great villain.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the best since Reverse Flash as far as big bads go. But overall, I thought I liked Dwarf Star's abilities. I liked the way they used them. That final action sequence is hilarious and fun. Like where he's just throwing stuff from his pocket. It's just a great use of all the elements. When Iris steps on Ralph and peels him off like gum from a shoe. Great moments overall.
Would have been less fun if that was Cisco, huh? It wouldn't be as funny, huh? It'd been real sad.
Wait, I did have a question about this.
I like the little chipmunk voices.
When the guy was running from the apartment, the dude that we don't like, Jerry or whatever, he should go to jail.
Yeah.
Why does Ralph not elongate and grab him out the window?
Why doesn't Flash run people to China every day? Why doesn't my favorite clickhole article?
They were like, run and get him. Like it's just like, no, do what you did.
Yeah, do your stretch thing.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Cisco breach like right in front of where he's running, and then he gets breached into prison? Like there's questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions. It doesn't quite make sense.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We all just accept it.
My favorite clickhole article, though, if you go to that website, is big flaw in the Flash. Why doesn't he run to Italy every day to get handmade pasta? That's a big question.
Yeah.
What about Caitlin this episode? What'd she do? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like that Harry got some stuff to do because he's kind of been benched for a little bit.
Yeah.
At least Caitlin's been doing a few things in other episodes. He's been doing nothing, and I like in this. He's like, oh no, maybe I'm not smart. But the lesson of the episode is, yes, he is.
Would you rather be the smartest person alive or the funniest person alive?
Smartest.
What was the other one?
Funny.
Oh, smartest.
No.
Yeah. Mine's funniest.
There you go.
What if you could be so smart that you are funny?
Well, I think that you could be so funny that you are smart, but I don't think you could be so smart that you are funny.
I don't know if I agree with either of those.
I don't know if those are on the same spectrum.
What do you guys rate this episode?
I give it an 8. I enjoyed it, but like it also at some points I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like just in general question. I love the twist at the end, and that made it better for me.
You know what?
What happened at the end?
Well, I mean, just like the warden, the reveal. And also he brought Aminette back.
And I like her a lot too.
Yeah,
I like her a lot too. And I will say, at first I was kind of hoping they would like take the wind out of Flash's sails a little bit, but I was surprisingly moved that he was able to save Goldberg. Yeah, Big Sur. Yeah, I'm glad. I like the way that played out.
I'm glad too, but I want him to come back.
Yeah.
And you guys are telling me the story's over, so I'm not stoked on that.
You gotta go wrestle.
I give this an 8.5. I thought it was really, really strong.
Roxy, I also give it an 8.5.
You know what? I want to give it an 8.5 as
well.
But I'm petty, so it's 8.6.
No, you already said 8.
8.6.
You know that you started with 8.
Write it down, everybody. 8.6. I gave it a higher one. Let's talk about
Arrow. Don't dignify him that way.
Give me Arrow. Give me Arrow.
Or give me death.
Get me Arrow. Let's talk about it.
I like this episode too.
It's a pretty good episode. No, I don't. I could spell it. Give me.
I will say I have to watch these episodes the next day on the CW app. And I will say immediately this morning I saw an article like redacted dies in Arrow, and so then the second episode started. It's like, oh, it's Vigilante.
Yeah. It was an origin episode, and that's what they like to do.
I don't know if he's dead.
He got his brains obliterated in his skull.
My only real nitpick in this episode is I really wish his head exploded. I really wish. I know standards and practices probably would not have let that happen, but
then I'd know he was dead.
I really wish because how cool it would have been if Black Canary screamed a guy's head off.
That was such a
or what if his eyes popped out?
The way that she did that was so. I mean, I think she was trying to make it actually the least painful it could be. Like, I think that was her merciful kill. Like, she could have tortured him more.
I think it was more to make sure that he actually
died.
Yeah.
And also there's a big question mark of what their powers can do, because like I brought this up, the Black Canary actually stopped the train with her voice. Like stopped a speeding train.
Drake did.
Yeah. And once Laurel went shh and blew a guy across a room onto a
Which
wall.
Laurel?
Well,
the bad one.
Bad Laurel.
Yeah. So now Laurel's bad and Dinah's good.
I would like to abandon the notion of
other Laurels.
Yeah, I would like to abandon the notion of making Black Siren good. Let's let her be bad. I want her to stay bad.
Quentin and Thea got to be doing something else besides smooching off camera. You know.
Stop it.
Hey, you're the one who came up with the idea.
You're the one who did it.
You're the one who did it. You did it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you because mostly DJ. This has nothing to do with plot points or story. Mostly because Katie Cassidy is better at being a villain than she is at being a good guy.
Yeah,
a performer.
We tried the whole classic Black Canary thing. It didn't work out, and I think we've got a pretty good setup right now. Yeah. So let's just ride that one out. You
want to go on the wave rider?
Ooh, I'm excited for that show to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was sad though, and I didn't expect to feel okay. First of all, watching Vigilante and Dinah Drake in bed together was like, oh right, this is the CW. These are two of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. Like his abs and her freaking hair and face, like everything. I was just like, oh my god, I forgot for a second, and now I remember. Like they were just in bed. But I felt for her. And I think that Oliver did make the right decision because you should go after the bomb.
Yeah.
But when she says, if this was your girl, if this was Lila, if this was Felicity, then this would not be a question.
Yeah, but also Felicity didn't murder people, and she also
tried to murder everyone around you.
Yeah, so maybe we can write this guy off. I did. Yeah, Dinah kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah, but now she's gonna be weird. She's gonna put a bullet in Laurel's head.
Other than the Quentin Thea relationship, what I am nervous about is that there is so much, and I know people are trying to deny it, but you can't. Diggle and Dinah have effing chemistry. They do, and I love Lila. I love her, but they have chemistry, and I feel like the show has tried to say that since the second she came on.
I don't know if they've tried to say it. Maybe they just do. I hope they don't try and blow up the Lila Diggle thing. And it's interesting because him and Dinah haven't had any real scenes this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did with when
he was a druggie.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. That was actually a lot of the season.
Yeah.
Terry Fournier pointed out that his face should have melted off like in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, something, man. I wanted.
Could you imagine if his face fucking blew off?
CW.
C.
The CW. W.
Caden James was kind of interesting in this, and then Anatoly showed up, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's all the weird villains from Arrow that are in this team.
I am a little bummed. I like that actor that plays the drug dealer that gave Diggle his drugs.
Oh, Dragon?
Yeah, however, I do kind of wish we could have gotten the new Count Vertigo back. Remember in season 3 they introduced...
bad Russian guy and everything.
Yeah,
I always forget his name. Yeah,
shit. Why am I blanking
just
on his name?
The second Count Vertigo.
Which guy?
The second Count Vertigo.
I'm going to have to look it up because I love that actor
Not
too much.
Anatoly?
No.
Did you guys see Captain Singh?
Yeah, I liked him in this. That was really cool.
That was cool.
Thank you.
I like when we cross over some of our B-lists.
This guy. That guy. That man.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
person.
Peter Stormare.
I'm
dumb. Yeah,
I've never seen that character on the show.
He was on one episode.
I've seen every episode.
Okay, yeah, he was on one episode in season 3. He was the new Count Vertigo because they made the first one a pincushion.
What happened? I don't remember.
He was able to drug you, and that's when Oliver fought himself.
And with the Vertigo stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like a big episode for Black Canary too when it was Laurel because she got darted in the neck like 70 times. It was so stupid.
Wow.
And she kept fighting herself and Sarah.
But it would have been cool to bring that guy back as one of the team of villains.
Oliver drugged himself. The Flash this week got drugged. And on Legends of Tomorrow, Victor Garber's character straight up drugged Jefferson Jackson.
That was not my favorite plot point.
When there's a lot of getting drugged.
Yes.
There's a lot of drugs.
But also people getting them in the head and they're knocked out. Any other things you'd like to bring up?
Metarix at Mr. Metarix also wants to know about the Black Siren redemption arc. They seem to be setting up a Black Siren redemption arc on Arrow. How do you think they will go about doing that? Do you think is she still redeemable at this point? I know I voiced my opinion that no redemption arc. What do you guys think about the redemption arc?
Well, this is what they do. Because now Dinah's turned into the bad side. They kill off Dinah, and then Laurel is like this villain they're trying to make good, and that's the whole premise of the next 7 seasons.
Here's another question.
You're welcome.
Jessica WT at Jessica J Walk. I think if Oliver had to choose between the Felicity and the city, he'd send the team to save the city and go rescue Felicity on his own. What's your take? Also, why was Black Siren stalking her not father? That story literally made no sense.
I don't think it makes no sense. I think she is torn right now. And that was it, right?
The end. Well, no, how do you think Oliver would have faced this.
I agree that he would have sent them to save, but I think he actually would have saved Felicity.
Yes.
No.
Is the difference. Dino.
I was a little weirded why Dinah's like, yeah, you're stuck on that brick, but you can still yell.
Yeah, I
Just
know. I was
yell a
thinking that
bunch.
too. I was thinking that too, and also, why did it take Curtis and Wild Dog so long to?
'Cause plot.
Yeah, and also, why didn't what's his Kate James just put a bullet in her head?
'Cause plot.
No.
Because they always she
You don't
watched
want
him
him.
because she watched him die once in front of her, and then they had to do it again.
Big question: who's the actual big bad of the show?
Oh yeah,
Who's
who's
framing?
Who's Mr.
framing him?
Photoshop?
Is it Anatoly?
I'm guessing it's onomatopoeia.
So wait, it's supposed to be on somebody. Could it be Anatoly?
I don't know.
What if
No,
it's
he doesn't
what
know
if
what
it's
a
random
computer
gangster
is.
guy that we don't think is a big deal and ends up being like the biggest deal?
No, he died. That random gangster guy died last episode.
No, not that guy. The guy that was selling drugs to
Dragon?
Diggle. Yeah.
Oh, it can't be. That makes no sense.
I just
That
don't.
literally.
Oh, the fighter who taught them how to. Isn't that guy's name Dragon?
I did.
Richard Dragon.
I know who it is.
Oh.
It's Hacker Girl who came in back this episode to
No.
help Felicity because it has to be someone who edits photos together and like.
But why would she want to mess with Oliver?
Literally, it's the only other person
The
we know.
Helix girl?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
only other person we know who can use a computer and to edit. So that has to be just story wise. That's the only person.
What
left.
if it's Laurel?
No, she doesn't know how to use a computer.
I
Why
would
do you
like
keep
to see.
saying that?
I would like
Because
to.
they've
I would
never
like to see.
shown us her using a computer.
I would like
before.
to see a female big bad on this show.
Basically, any character that's not used a computer, I assume, doesn't know how to use a computer. It's only Caden and Felicity. Oliver used one once, and Diggle maybe knows how to use it. All other characters don't. Oh, Curtis can use a computer.
Like when Oliver was Overwatch?
Yeah, that one time, and that's it. That's all they can
Good
do.
for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Oh, how would we rate this episode? Because we got Black Lightning and a couple other shows we want to talk about before the end. I'd give it a.
That guy is Richard Dragon, the drug dealer.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying.
Are you fucking kidding me?
We talked about it before. You didn't have this reaction though. Why? Do you like Richard Dragon a lot?
He trained Bronze Tiger, like he's a big martial artist dude. And they just made him a drug dealer.
Yeah.
What?
Drug dealing
What?
just
Remember
to
Michael J.
get
White
by,
was Bronze Tiger?
stack
He
your
was so
money
cool.
till you
And then they
get
killed him off in a side comic.
Yep.
I'd give this
7.
as well. DJ, what would you give it?
Kids.
I'm sorry. Hold on, real quick. I'm
Kids.
trying to wrap my head
Say.
around this.
What are you looking up?
This is Richard Dragon shit. That guy's supposed to be Richard Dragon. He's probably the big bad then.
Wasn't supposed to
That's
make
so
it
weird,
past
though.
25. Jokes on
I guess
you.
7. I don't know. What did I? At some point, I don't know. It had good action. I like Arrow.
You do like Arrow.
We still love.
But we have another show we want to talk about.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let's
I'm
talk
sorry.
about. I know it's fine. You're getting excited, but
You're bumming me out, man. Cheer up.
we got to talk about our boy over in Freeland,
He always.
Mr. Black Lightning, Mr. Chris Williams.
Would you call him our boy man friend?
Our boy man friend from Freeland.
Well, boy man
It's
friend.
Black Lightning, and I'm wearing my Black Lightning shirt. You can't see because there's a microphone. Also, if you're just listening, well, you just.
I
look
want
back.
a Black Lightning shirt, please.
Well, I got it from Comic-Con, so suck it. From one of those
If
stands
you
that
care
sells.
about me, you'll take it off right now and give it to me.
Well, then I wouldn't have a shirt, and I have another shoot I need to go to.
You're kidding me.
What are you mad? Oh, it's Calculator. Someone says it's Calculator.
What's happening, DJ?
Richard Dragon.
He's the,
Okay, but you have to move on,
yeah.
friend.
We have Black Lightning. We must talk about.
That actor's good though.
He is a good actor. He was in Fringe, and he was also in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. But let's talk about Black Lightning. This is episode 3.
That random one-off villain that was selling drugs to Diggle.
LaWanda, Book of the Barrel.
That I thought was just like, oh, I guess we're making him Diggle's bad guy on this team.
Uh-huh.
Is Richard fucking Dragon.
LaWanda, Book of the Barrel. DJ's passionate. He's gonna post some tweets about it, guys. If you're big
Wow.
Richard Dragon fans,
Anyway,
DJ's
talks
mind
trash.
has been blown, and if you've been angry about it, I think DJ's got some words too. He's bummed that they used
mixed
it
feelings.
this way.
I got mixed feelings. I can't. Maybe he's the big bad of the show. Anyway, Black Lightning was good this week. However, this episode reminded me of the Netflix shows in not a good way. In a good way, where it's kind of like.
In not a good way, or in a
Yeah,
good
not
way?
a good way because it just seemed a little. It seemed a little slow and it seemed a little thin. However, the scene between the cop and the Reverend at the beginning is one of the best scenes I think any of these shows have ever done. Just because of all the different politics involved and emotions
and the scene with Black Lightning and the pastor after the cop left. I liked that there was 3 different, very distinct perspectives on this really complicated situation.
I think it might have been my favorite episode to date.
Of the show?
Yeah, it was so good. I loved the virginity stuff.
That was amazing.
I was fucking pissing myself. Not just with her coming out and saying it to them like that, which first had me laughing, with the way that he handled the situation.
At first, I thought it was so weird, like really, 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 really weird, and then the payoff was really worth it.
So good. Yeah. Me too. I was like, that's weird and unrealistic, but I was like, unless it's not.
Yeah, the part that made it work for me, because I was like, yeah, I guess she's being honest, but the part that made it work for me was when Jefferson was like, we're being too liberal. Like, shouldn't we be bothered by this? Like, my dad would have my ass for this. And I was like, oh, that makes it feel like a real situation, because he's not sure how he's supposed to handle this.
He's like, and like the fact that she was like, it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
At this time.
But I'll be home before a certain time.
What the hell?
But she should have known better. She should have known the second her attractive-ass boyfriend, who's also on Riverdale, the second he decided to have sex with her, he was done for. There was a target on his back.
But what do we do? So he got shot in the back, speaking of a target on his back, and he may not walk again. So that means he's obviously gonna, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Because otherwise they would have just made him dead, I think.
Yeah.
He could be a martyr.
I'm not saying that that's like in life what should happen. I'm just saying I feel like
story-wise.
I kind of wonder, is this, I wonder if it's like pulling your punches a little bit. Like, would it have been better if they had killed him in that moment?
Almost, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm still confused on how she's going to get her powers.
Thunder or the younger daughter? The younger sister.
By the way, Grace Choi appeared this episode.
In the library.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine, by the way. Whenever they incorporate comics into comic book shows, it's like it's the comic that Black Lightning's from in the Black Lightning show. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Hey, you just read Superman's Secret Identity. That's how the whole story was.
Yeah, but that was it made a whole story about how.
But you don't like on
works.
Arrow when whatever his son's name is, Billy.
Yeah.
What's Arrow's son's name?
Yeah.
William.
Oh, you were right.
Billy still works. Yeah.
When William had the Flash action figure.
Well, because it's based off a character in the show. I guess I go off Watchmen logic that if you have superheroes in your world, superhero comics wouldn't be as successful. Some other type of comic would be successful. So in the Watchmen world, it was pirate comics. Pirate comics were the thing because people in mass are actually running around, so superheroes aren't fun. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get what you mean, but yeah, we have books about like soldiers and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like but not like successful comic books about them. You know what I mean? The superhero genre is the successful one. So if you had superheroes, it'd be it just takes me out of the reality. It takes me out of the show.
Well, zombies are real. We have successful comic books about zombies.
So yeah, go ahead and talk about that for a second.
Pretty sure I just made you, and your whole comic book is about dinosaurs,
and
those are real too currently.
And zombies.
If you're gonna take shots, don't be better taking another one.
Yes, but in my comic about zombies and dinosaurs, they don't pull out a comic also about zombies and dinosaurs. They're like, this is just like that comic I read.
Spoilers.
No
spoilers.
Episode.
Smallville, where he pulled out a comic where there's basically a Superman superhero in the. It's like, cut that shit out, man.
I loved it, even though that show's garbage. It's not. It is a little bit. It's
garbage. There's the whole middle swath of the show that's kind of garbage.
But no, the entire march, the premise of it was really interesting. I liked the pastor's speech in the beginning. But you brought up the whole athlete's foot on his ding dong, and then giving her athlete's foot and her ding dong.
What order do you wash?
Yeah, what order? Because it was like it was weird.
Feet, yeah,
his feet first, and then everything else, and it's like, so you put an athlete's foot.
Yeah,
you're rubbing that all over your body. That was really funny.
But it's the younger daughter I was talking about. How's she gonna get her powers?
Don't know, but I do really like the scene where the older daughter is learning how to use hers, and she figures out it's breathing.
Yeah, no, and also that was the whole scene was really cool, and I liked how they used the practical effect of her kicking that dryer all the way across the yard or whatever. But also, she took a whole engine block to the back.
Yes.
Did she know she could do that? Like, because she should have jumped out of the way. She took a whole engine block.
Yeah,
that's a
true.
Solid piece of metal.
You know what one of my favorite scenes in the entire episode was when she was talking to her mom at the hospital, and the mom was like, moms know when something's up, and she's like, yeah, we broke up, and she's like, honey, you didn't love her the way she loved you. Let me know when you want to talk about what's actually going on. Like, I just love anytime a show shows that the mom is paying that close, or a dad, or whoever the guardian is paying that close attention. They know you inside and out, and they explain that out loud. It makes it so clear for the rest of the season for the mom to pick up on things. So because they've made that choice, we cannot now have the mom be the ignorant mother.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot have the mom now have two kids with powers who are going out fighting crime every night, and having the mom have no idea that's happening.
Yeah.
You've made the choice to make her smart and to make her aware, so now you have to stay with that.
Something interesting about that, too, is I think it really cemented this episode cemented the fact for me that this isn't a superhero show. It's a family drama that happens to have a superhero in it. Is what it feels more like, because it really emphasizes a lot of the family and the community drama, and I think to the show's benefit.
It's very. I love that the city is a character. Like it is a very important part of what's happening in the show. A few critiques. Tobias, I like him as a villain, but then when he did,
hate him. I like him as a villain too. I hate him.
Well, that's good. They're doing their job then. But when he does
You're
that
doing
whole,
your job.
Thank you. Well, yeah. I mean, true.
Currently, right now.
But when he does that weird speech about like them praying, like when he's gonna take the shot at Black Lightning or at the pastor, it's a weird monologue. Like for all the cool dialogue that he's gotten so far and all the interesting things about his character, I thought that weird monologue was out. It just didn't make sense what he was saying. I understood what he meant. Yeah. It just was a poor execution of that, in my opinion.
I don't want anybody to ever stab something into my hand into their desk.
Oh, and then tell to clean them up themselves. Yeah, stop bleeding on my desk.
I like just really don't want that. And now I have this irrational fear of things like that, like Dark Knight, Joker, Pen.
Yeah.
Now this, just like don't stab any like thing that you could have had in 4th grade in school in my head or hand.
For those of you at home, don't stab Roxy.
Yeah, I just don't want it.
If she had one wish.
I feel like I'd rather be stabbed by a knife than a pen or scissors.
Yeah. We also have got Lady Eve, who is a member of, if I remember correctly, a terrorist group in DC Comics called Cobra with a K.
Very cool.
That's how you know they're evil, which I believe they were outsiders and villains. And so I'm thinking
they're evil because of the K?
Because of the K. Oh. Because I imagine they're building her up for like a season 2, because that is something I do wonder. Black Lightning doesn't have the most robust rogues gallery, so like who's he gonna
pull from outsiders?
Who's he gonna fight? You know what I mean?
I think they're gonna do exactly what Arrow did, which is just like they were like, okay, we'll just take Batman's people.
Yeah, because he's got so many.
Yeah, so many.
Humpty Dumpty will show up.
Maggie Whitmer brought up that where is this cosplay bar and where can I go to it? Because that was a pretty. I like the cosplay night. That's a pretty fun element in this world.
I concur.
And they dressed up as Catwoman. That's when I got confused.
Again, whatever. I'm not going to go into my frustrations with that. But I also like the introduction of Grace Choi.
I like the actress.
You know who I hate?
Who?
Her actual girlfriend, who's now not with her. So I'm so glad that she's gone.
Glad they fixed that.
She was the worst. Like when we see the older daughter. The older daughter is Anissa. The younger one is Jennifer, or is it vice versa?
Let me look it up.
I keep flipping their names.
Anissa's the oldest one.
The Anissa. I think Anissa might be the older one also.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anissa with Grace at the club, like dancing and being all sexy.
Yeah.
Or at the cosplay, whatever. I was like, see, this is fun. You guys are young. You're enjoying each other's company. What a wet blanket when the girlfriend comes in and is like, you're cheating on me with an Asian girl. It was like, suck my dick. You're so annoying.
Well, she's gone now.
She's gone.
She's never come back. Question for you guys. What do you think was going on with Gamby deleting that footage? Also, where the fuck did Gamby come from? This tailor that's like a computer scientist.
I have no
idea. He's like
But
Alfred.
how is he working against Black Lightning? Because he must be. Why did he delete that? And he says like, sorry, Jefferson.
Well, then we're gonna we're checking out the rest of the show.
I'm wondering if he's deleting it to keep Jefferson from getting hot about Tobias Whale.
Or to keep the season going for 13 episodes. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think he thinks that Jefferson hasn't trained hard enough yet, and so that he might go after Tobias. But okay, then save it.
Yeah.
And don't show him.
Also, big fan of the idea of having a character with powers, but giving him gadgets that help him hone those powers, because and I'm being serious. I think it's a good idea. It's also a great way to sell toys. Because I'm at least. Part of me thinks that part of the popularity of Batman is all the gadgets you can sell toys of. So let's give Black Lightning some toys.
Yes. I want toys.
Yeah.
I want toys. Speaking of toys, let's rate this episode because I was a big fan of it. I'd give it an 8.5.
I'd give it an 8.5 as well.
So what do you mean, really?
Huh?
8.5 and 9 aren't that far away. I'm saying it's a 9. Really?
Really?
Well, you 8.5 did.
Well, you were yelling it, so I was just really.
Well, do you remember that episode of the Ali G Show?
No, I did not watch the Ali G Show.
I was
when he says 99.999 and keeps going, and the other person's like, I get what you're saying. He's like, no, you don't. 99899.
Sounds like a good episode. Is that the whole episode?
No, whatever.
Speaking of episodes, let's talk about the show that Roxy loves more than anything. It's our pal Lucifer. How is it?
I love the show. I love the show.
How is it?
So this was bizarre, again, because... So I can't even explain to you guys why, because it would take too much time. But Lucifer and Kane have to pose as a gay couple this episode. And they, like...
You're welcome, fans.
They're actually amazing. The fanfic is going to be out of this world. But they, like, actually bicker like a gay couple. And all the people on the street, like... love them, and it's really cool. We're just looking for ways to kill them. We're just trying, and they're throwing new issues at them. So last week we had the question, do I think this will be the whole rest of the season? This episode, I think, confirms that it probably will be, because we're taking our sweet time figuring out how to do this. We're looking for where he is vulnerable, and he's vulnerable because he doesn't let people in. So Lucifer is literally trying to get in.
Literally. Sam, I gotta point out something real quick, that you did not change the colors of the background.
I did.
I feel like Lucifer should be red.
I did.
I did.
I know that you did.
Or you should go back to our normal... There it is.
I did.
There it is.
I mean, it's the same. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not true. It's not true. You're lying, and Lucifer
Lucifer
always knows the truth.
Oh, no.
The only person that might love the show as much as Roxy is Festive Chris Fellows. Chris Fellows.
Yes, Chris.
First off, big ups to Roxy for talking about Lucifer each week. And did your heart melt too when Lucifer and Kane had their one-on-one and made up at the house party? What happened in this show?
Yes.
Also, can you do your best Lucifer impression?
Oh God. Yeah, it did melt my heart. It was freaking adorable, and everybody was watching, and they made out, and it was like, what is happening? And Decker's like, oh my God, I'm
you
Lucifer.
sound like you're gossiping.
I'm Lucifer Morningstar. That's what he said. Like, Lucifer Morningstar here.
Oi, I'm Lucifer Morningstar.
Hey.
No, it's not Ozzy. I'm Lucifer
DJ
Morningstar.
did an accent.
You get blood on my shoes.
I would have done the same. Oi, I'm the devil.
That's it.
I'm the devil.
That's my.
He's not from down under there.
That's my Peaky Blinders impression too.
Oi. It's always oi. Oi is the key word.
By the way, we're not gonna get a divergent on this. What the fuck is going on with that Dundee trailer shit? What is that for?
It's an ad for Australia. It's their travel agency.
Good, smart for them.
It's so funny.
They did another one with like literally every Australian actor.
Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman. Anyway,
really quick, let's talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. real fast because we're going a little over. It's starting to spin its wheels a little bit. There's not too much happening. They blew up the base, but in a cool way that saved all the people on it. And it's coming down to Cassius all alone. We did get an awesome battle between Blue Eyeshadow Girl and with the balls and Sky and Roxy.
I was a little bummed because it's like, hey guys, guess what? Guess what? Zero G fight. And I'm like, hell yeah! And it's like 5 seconds Zero G fight, and now we're back on the.
And then they did it again, but it was
like less than 5.
Where's
like
the bird
3 seconds.
lady? She's still there?
No, she died.
Oh,
yeah.
She died in that same episode. But it was very cool. Blue Girl, when it became Zero G again, she jumped at Sky, and then Sky aimed a really sharp pole at her, and she just impaled herself and died.
Classic.
The one with the blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's dead?
If I may.
Wait, what about her boyfriend that loves her?
Cassius,
yeah.
Cassius, he's still
He's
alive?
freaking out. He did a big old scream at the end.
He's a good villain.
Do you think that Cassius could end up being a good guy?
No.
Oh.
No,
Definitely
but I think
not,
this definitely
I'm
continues.
getting the wrong vibe there.
Yeah,
he tried to blow up all the humans this episode.
Same.
Yeah. He definitely continues the trend of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. having some of the best villains in the MCU.
He's very interesting.
Which is kind of depressing when you think about it, but he's a good villain, and there was that scene where he and Mac and Yo-Yo are confronting each other that seems to go on for hours.
Yes, it does.
Like they cut away and like a bunch of stuff is happening on the ship, and then they cut back and they're still just standing there. It's like, what the fuck is happening right now?
This is the first villain in Ant-Man.
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
Wellow Jacket.
Wellow Jacket.
But it was a solid episode. I'm feeling like we're so close to wrapping this up, and we're gonna go back to the present. I would very much like that. Please do it quick.
Who do you think is gonna go back to the present with them? I'm thinking definitely Flint.
Oh, I'm glad they brought
Maybe
back Dead
Deke.
Girl. I'm glad they brought back Dead Girl.
Which one's the one with the rocks?
Flint.
He's coming back, yeah.
Yeah. Deke might.
Deke might.
Yeah, but they also I like that they brought back.
Was that
Dead
the guy
Girl.
that really screwed him at first, but now he's gonna hook up with Sky?
Yes.
What's her name?
Sky. Daisy.
Daisy.
We figured it out at the same time. But no, Dead Girl came back to life, and it makes sense because Coulson came back from Kree technology, so Kree stuff, whatever. It was a good episode. But
what Dead Girl?
Huh?
The
Dead
girl
Girl,
that
she was
was
hung?
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, she's back.
Yeah, but she probably smelled really bad.
She looks awful. She looks awful.
She looks like she smells bad.
Yeah. But I think we're winding down,
What
guys.
would you rate the episode, Sam?
I'd give it a... It's a little bit meh. Give it a 7.5.
Same.
Okay.
I'll give it a 6.5 based on your description.
But guys, this was a very fun episode of SuperTV Showdown. I'm glad
There
we
was
had
only some supervillains outside for a little bit.
just
of
a little bit.
Gotham, March 1st.
March 1st.
March
Gotham's coming back,
1st.
so fans of Gotham, get ready. Roxy's just boiling up with
Gotham,
excitement.
March 1st, Gotham.
March 1st, Gotham.
Gotham, March 1st.
Let's do some quick plugs really quick. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/onlystupidanswers for all the fun content. We're still doing MCU rewatches this Sunday. I'm going to be doing Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm going to be live tweeting that from my account, so make sure you follow along there. DJ, plug some stuff.
At DJ Talks Trash, every place that matters. chaostheorycomic.com. Also, for all of our podcast stuff, all of our social media, all of that stuff, go to onlystupidanswers.com.
And Roxy.
You can find everything I'm doing at ROXY STRIAR.
Very cool. And also, guys, I won't give specifics right now because, of course, DJ and I are still working on it. We had a very big meeting. It was very, very fun.
I wasn't invited. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm sorry. You'll come next time.
Thank you.
we came up with some very cool stuff that you might be able to get your peepers on in the next few weeks. So
coming up soon.
get those ears moist and excited. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are peepers eyes?
Yeah.
And
Because you peep with them.
And ears are...
Ears.
You have any
Ears.
nicknames?
Let's give a shout out. Hold on.
Listeners?
No.
All right, let's see.
Wait. I gotta say thank you to all the people who joined us. We have Terry Fournier, Maggie Whitmer, Kate Houlihan, Catherine Richardson, Demi C, Catherine. Oh wait, no, I said that name. Stephen Walker, Droopy B Dog. There was another name. Let me see. Where are you? I'm sorry, I lost you. Oh no. I don't know. Andy. It was Andy. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.